And I will also have the links to all of the other collaborators in this. This is going on for the whole month of March. Every day there will be somebody else. I have Wednesdays, and then the other ladies will have individual days that they will be posting too. All right, so today I'm going to be working with the kit number 1 from Nanine, and she is collagetype.etsy.com. And I'll show you again what is included in this kit number 1 from her. And I have already cut out fussy cut things, and I have the fussy cut things attached because I kind of have an idea of what I want to do. And I think that I have 5 or 6 projects that I want to do with this today, but I will definitely edit it down so that you don't have to sit here for 4 hours and watch me do this. So here we go with the flip through. Here is page 1. Well, actually they're out of order, so we'll just do the flip through. The whole pages I am going to probably leave as whole pages and maybe do something on the back, maybe add something on the fronts, but these will be pages in the journal. I'm having trouble turning the pages, and I'm having trouble telling which is one page because they are on different thicknesses and types of papers. And if I could get to my printer, I would probably take some of these back up and reprint on the back of them some of her lined writing pages that she has. Like this would be perfect as a backing page. All right, this is one of them I'll be working on today. And I only need one of these papers, and I think I want it to be, one of them is on thicker paper. Yes. So I'm going to set this one to the side because this will be one of our projects today. This will be another part of one of our projects today, and I have the 2 pages clipped together, but I have already cut out what I'm going to do with that. Set that to the side so I don't get it all mixed up. Same here, I have these 2 pages, and I have the pieces that are cut out. And I think that I may actually be using all of that. I can't remember off the top of my head what my plan was right now. These are pockets, and I have the pockets cut out, and this is a piece of computer printer paper, like stationery paper, and I'll be using that. And this one. And again, I have those cut out, and I know I'm using this part too. And then these 2 I'm going to use together. So I think that's about 5 or 6 projects. Let's see what comes of it. And I may make it into 2 videos. I'll release both of them today if I do. All right, I want to make an envelope out of this one, and I want it to be a tall one. So I need to figure out what is the largest size envelope I can get out of this. And it looks like, let's see, I need the biggest size on one side to be 8.5. All right, so it looks like it is, that's not going to give me a very big envelope. Oh well, it'll be okay. We're going to go 8.5 by 8.5. Okay, it's going to be a square envelope, and so I need to cut this. At 8.5. Let's see, I need to get it off of there so that it's level. I have, this is my favorite paper trimmer, and I have in my description a link. I am not an Amazon affiliate, so it doesn't like help me in any way, shape, or form, but it might help you to find some of my favorite things that you can use yourself. And I have had this forever. I need to replace the light or the battery because it's supposed to have a little light right down here that helps to see right here, and I need to replace the battery, and I haven't yet, but I like it. Folds up pretty compactly. I don't have to worry about an arm sticking out, which, you know, some people that doesn't bother. I have issues that bothers me because I don't have full support of the paper, and I need all the support I can get. All right, so this is going to be a square envelope, so it really doesn't matter which place I start or which side I start with. And I need to make my score line at 4 1/8. 4 1/8 is right here. And so I'm going to punch, and I'm going to score. And then I just turn. I line up this in my score line. I want it to be in it, not beside it, okay? And I wish my light was a little better in here. I have not got a good light. Let's see, there we go, that's lined up. Punch and score. I have another scoreboard, it's like, I don't know, it's huge. I think it's probably 15 by 15, and I had to get rid of remove the scoring tool that came with it because it would cut through the paper. So when you are working with your scoring tool, make sure that you are being gentle and that your scoring tool is going to be gentle, because sometimes it may just not be, and you may need to use something else. I tend to use that scoring board, but pull this one out, or pull my bone folder out. And so now I am going to fold in and burnish, fold in, burnish, fold in, burnish, fold in. I don't think I scored that one very well. It did not want to fold very easily. All right, so there's that part done. On my paper, my corner rounder over here. And then I need to decide which way I want to be up. And I kind of wish there was a way. I haven't figured out how to make it to where this is upright yet. Someday I will. I just haven't yet. But that's okay. If I do it this way, they look all right. If I do it that way, they look all right. And I think they look all righter that way. So I am going to actually go ahead and, whoops. Well, which way needs to be up? Okay, I may have to change my mind. Because it says it's 5 by 5, but do some of them fold in better? Like that? That folded better than the other side. That was odd. Okay, so, yes. So this is the way, sometimes you have to fiddle. I don't like to fiddle, but sometimes you have to fiddle. I'm gonna grab an ink. I think I want brushed corduroy. I don't know, I might want gathered twigs. Let's give them a look and see which one. That one would show up more, but this is more the color of the background. I think maybe this is the one I want. So, brushed corduroy. Get my little daubers out here. And I don't have a brown one yet. So I'm gonna get one of the clean ones, and I'm going to ink the edges of this real quick. All right, so that is all inked. And what I want to do is I want to put this on a page so that one side of the envelope will be wrapped around, of course, can't find a paper, would be wrapped around the page like this and could form a pocket on this side. And then on the other side, it flips open to be an envelope. I need to figure out which way to fold it so that that looks right. I need to find the right flap, but that's how it's gonna work, and then I'll have a place to put goodies. So I might as well go ahead and figure it out now, which one is going to work. You would think that if it was a square, then all of the folds would work the same, but they don't. I think it's going to be that one, so let's go ahead and get that glued down before I fiddle-faddle anymore around. Fiddle-faddle around anymore. Whatever the word is that I was looking for. Like I said, they're not working today. Words are not working today. I didn't get much sleep last night. I was awake. I woke up. I think that the nerve block from my surgery is finally wearing off and my nerves are waking up. And so I was awake for a good bit of last night. And my brain is saying, yeah, I don't want to think right now. I didn't get enough sleep. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. It's all adjustments. All right, so there is that, and it will wrap around a page and be a flip out with a pocket. So there is project 1. For project 2, I am using these pockets, and I am going to put them on this page. And I went ahead and got them arranged because I wanted to make sure that I knew what I wanted to do with it. They will align. I hate that I'm using the pretty edge, losing the pretty edges here, but I can always make more copies and use those edges as well. So I know that my top pocket, the bunny, needs to go right about there, and he kind of nestles right into that spot there. So that will be a good way for me to remember where he goes. Take off that paper clip. See if I can do this without taking all of the others apart. All right, so I do not have my other scoreboard in here, so I'm going to borrow this one and just line this up on there. And a tip that I learned from Gail Agostinelli is valleys make mountains and mountains make valleys. So when you're scoring, you want to make a valley and then fold it back so that it becomes the mountain, and vice versa. So that has been very helpful to me. Because it actually does make a difference. My papers tear less when I fold them, unless I score too hard. That is a learned skill. And then we'll just take and fold these back. And see, that turns out really nice. And I'm going to pull my ink out again. And let's see, what color do I want to use on this? The background is green. I have a couple of greens over here. I have old paper. Ooh, that speckled egg might work really well. That looks almost perfect. Yep, I think that's what I'm going to do, is the speckled egg. And let's see. And I need to get another one because none of my blues are close enough to that. I don't try to have one of these specifically for each shade of ink of the Distress Oxide. I do make sure that I don't mix these with regular, with any other kind of ink, because the two inks will not mix well on the dauber. Now you won't see the bottom part of this, but I'm going to ink it anyway, just in case part of it peeks out. And I will be eyeballing this placement as to being square because my grandson borrowed my T-square and I haven't gotten it back yet. He borrowed it for an art project, and I was happy to let him have an art project tool. Okay, so I'm going to get my glue out. And a tip on these, make the bottom one go over the two side flaps, and your paper that you slide in is less likely to get caught. If it's like this, it is more likely to get caught on that bottom flap there and not go all the way into your pocket. All right, now the next one down is this one, and I'm actually going to line up the edge of the flap. That's how I figured my spacing. The edge of the flap with that edge of the paper. And I'm going to get a pencil so I can make a little mark. Just remember where this bottom corner goes. And it's going to be covered up, but this is erasable. So we're going to do the same thing with this, and then we're going to do the same with these. And I'm going to be aligning just like I did with that one because it ends up making a nice little cascade. I think I have a bird or something stuck in my chimney. So if you're hearing weird noises in the background, that's what it is. I will have to get somebody to come and look at that. I have a gas fireplace insert, and so if something has come down the chimney and is trying to get out, I could completely hear that being the sound they're making as they're trying to get out of the chimney. Oh, that makes me kind of sad. Some poor animals struggling to get out of my chimney. I don't think that's where it was, but I can't for the life of me remember where it was. And if I had taken a picture, I couldn't look at it right now because I'm recording. Oh well, it will be all right. So there is our second project. And I'm not going to make the tags for this yet, but this will be a page in the book. And so that finishes up project 2. All right, so for project 3, we're going to use the square pockets and the computer copy paper that I have. And these are, they're 4 different sizes. They are graduated sizes. And I think I'm going to do kind of the same thing that I did with the last one, but maybe just a little different. I think think kind of like that, and I think I'll put them on this page. So you saw me do that on the last one, so I'm just going to do the same thing on this one. Make the cascade pockets. All right, so these are all scored and folded, and I am going to use, where'd it go? My Uncharted Mariner for this, because I think it will look really good. Of course, I wouldn't use it if I didn't think it would look really good, right? That's kind of silly. So I'm gonna go ahead and ink these up, and then we'll keep moving. All right, the Uncharted Mariner goes very well with this kit. I mean, look, that's just, it just goes right into it, and I think that is gorgeous. All right, so gonna do, like I said, similar to the other pocket page. These do gradually get smaller. And let's see. I think, pretty sure that that's how I was going with it. I don't think I was going in. I think I was going here and then over. And what I'm doing, the way I'm lining it up, is I'm finding the edge of this and I'm putting it at the edge of that, because I'm using that for my spacing. This is going to line up with the bottom of this one. And then this one will line up with the bottom of that one. And I think that that will make a nice cohesive look. So let's get those glued on. All right, so there is that page. I like it. I like it. Although I think I intended to put it on this side, but I don't know which way I'm folding the page yet, so we'll find out. And now some lovely music from my clock that is telling me it's 1 o'clock. Next, I have an idea for this. But I need to trim off the edges of this first, so I will be right back. All right, so let's see if my idea for this works. What I want to do is create a pocket sort of thing. And I think that I can do it by folding. This is an experiment. Once again, this may not even make the final cut. We'll see. Okay. And there we go. There's that. And I think that's not what I meant to do. Okay, so let's lay it back out flat. It's going to, oh yes, okay. Yep, I didn't I did not mean to fold it like that. I'm going to fold this up just above the tree. I'll keep that mistake in there so that you know that it's okay to make mistakes. And then this that is not right either. Okay. I'm going to turn this off and figure out what I'm doing. Okay, I remembered what I was doing. I did need to fold this in half, but it needed to be folded up like this. And then what I did was fold down just above the tree. That ends up covering up the fox, but I'm okay with that because I've got other foxes I can use. Then what I'm going to do, that creates a pocket here on the front. What I want to do is fold this in. Just like that. Fold this over. And I am going to have a let's see, a pocket, a pocket, a pocket, and then I'm going to glue this together so that I have a pocket. And then that will fold over. So I will need to put a divot here, but I probably need to glue my pockets together first. So let's do that. And this is just an idea I had while I was laying in bed. So we're going to see how it works. I'm not even going to say how well it works because I should probably ink this first. I'm getting ahead of myself. And I think that I'm going to use the gathered twigs again. Appropriate for a woodland journal, I think. Gathered twigs. Did I use gathered twigs last time or brushed corduroy? We're going to go with gathered twigs this time. And you know what else we're going to do before we do that? I'm going to round my corners. Because I know that I want... Let's see, which ones need... You know what? I'll round my corners afterwards. I am getting so ahead of myself. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and ink this front edge. I don't have to worry about the inside of it because it won't show. Because it's going to be the inside of the pocket. I may be rounding these corners and have to come back and re-ink them, but that's not a big deal to me. Now let's try gluing it. I get ahead of myself, especially when it's something that I've just made up. It may be something, like I said, that I thought of while I was sleepless at 2:30 this morning. I was also at 2:30 this morning trying to figure out how to get myself in and out of the bathtub because as of Thursday, I can take a bath. Until Thursday, I'm not supposed to soak my ankle. And oh goodness, let me tell you, my ankle looks horrendous. Horrendous. Alrighty, so there's that part, and that creates pockets. Now I'll have to cut these down for them to fit inside the pockets. But that is my goal, is for them to go inside those pockets. Next, I need to glue this section down so that it doesn't keep flipping and flopping about. And these won't be pockets, so I just need to glue on the ends. All right, so there's that part, and we've got 1, 2, 3 pockets. Now, I want my tree to be on the front, so I'm gonna make sure that I fold that one in last. This is going to be the one that forms the inside extra pocket. And so I'm gonna go ahead and make my, what do we wanna call it? Divot? A divot, I guess? My thumb notch, that's what it is, thumb notch. I knew there was a term. All right, and this is going to fold in, but I don't want it to open up and just look like that. So I have some extra papers and things that I'm going to use in this journal, and I'm just gonna grab one of them real quick. All right, so I made some marks with my thumbnail so that I know where to line up to cut this out. And I am going to just glue that on there. I think it's a little bit long, but that's okay, I can trim it off. I'm just gonna glue that on there, and that just needs to be glued, the whole thing. So I'm gonna get my glue stick instead of my glue bottle. And which way's up? That way's up. Start in this corner, align it. There's that. And now I'm going to go ahead and fold it before it gets dried so that it's not set in its ways and doesn't want to fold afterwards. And I'll just trim off the excess. All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and use the same ink on this around the corners. It doesn't show up as much on the brown, but I think I want to still use the same color ink instead of trying to match the green or the blue on this side, just for unity. All right, so now I am to the point where I can glue this pocket down. I will go ahead and do that. And I'll go ahead and fold that over. And now I can go ahead and round my corners, and then I will trim down my coordinating tags here to fit in the pockets, and then we'll come back and see what it all looks like. All right, so it didn't go as straightforward, so let's play a little catch up. I lined this pocket, I glued this together, and I cut down just slightly these cards. Actually, I'm not sure I cut them down at all. I think I just rounded the corners and inked the edges. I have not backed them yet. I will do that at a later date. And I tucked them into this wallet pocket. Then I went to make my tags, and the tags were too wide, so I cut off 1/4 of an inch off of each side. Then I put them in, and they were too tall. So I cut off about, I think that I cut off about 1 inch. I just had my ruler. Yep, I cut off right at 1 inch off the bottom of each of these so that they'll go down into the pockets and not stick out the top. So I'm going to round the corners again on the bottom of these. Whoops. And they will fit right into those pockets now. I need to ink all the edges, and then I have an idea for these. So after I get them inked and put into the pockets, I'll be back and we'll figure out what to do with this bonus piece. So these are now trimmed and corner rounded and inked and ready to go. And I want to make sure that I remember which one goes in which pocket. See, I had that one in there, fits much better. And this one, nope, other way, goes in here. I don't mind the blue on blue, but I was trying not to have the same design on the same design. And then, oh, I don't want the birds upside down. And that one fits right in there. So, do I want to do something with these little pieces on here, or, I mean, I could mix it up even more and put a little bitty pocket down there, but then I think if I put something in it, this would not shut. And I'm already going to be doing something to decorate that. So I think that I will put these into my little bag of scraps that I've already started, because I don't like to throw things away, especially if I could use them later on in the journal. These are the strips that I cut off of the smaller pieces, and I'll save them and do something with them later. So this is project number 3. I believe it's 3. It's 4. So this will be part 1, and I will make a part 2 of kit 1, which is Nanine's number 1 kit. And I have 3 more projects I want to do, but I don't want this video to be super long so that nobody watches it. So let's go through what I did today and stay tuned for part number 2. This one was fairly simple after I figured out that I couldn't do the first thing that I tried to do because it just wasn't going to work. I may add that in a blooper reel, I don't know. But this is going to become a, let's see, how did I have that? Okay, this is going to be a flip out. This will glue onto one side of a page. Oh, I just happen to have a page right here, like this. And it will become a pocket, and then on this side, this will flip out and hold goodies and stuff. All right, so the rabbit envelope was number 1. The second project, number 2, was this page where I used the 4 corner pockets that are included in the kit, and I just staggered them going down. Instead of putting a pocket on a page and a pocket on a page, I really love layers. And so I made this a cascading staggered pocket, whatever you want to call it. And I will come back and I will make things to go in those pockets. Project 3 was another set of pockets along the same lines, except for they were square pockets. And they also cascade in a different direction. The other one went this way, this way, this way. This one kind of just goes this way. And then the 4th project was this little, I don't know, Trifold tag wallet. How about that? We'll call it a Trifold tag wallet. And it has these little tags inside, little journaling cards that I can't pull out right this second because I'm trying to hurry, and a tag in each of these other pockets. And that was a simple fold once I figured out what I was doing. And this can be floating. You can clip it over the edge of a page. You can tuck it into yet another pocket if you want. All right, so here's everything we made today, projects 1 through 4, for day 1 of Bluebell Woods, a kit that was marvelously made. It's absolutely gorgeous. It was made by Tania at Tatty Treasure and Nanine at Collage Type. Check them out, check out the links below, and come back for part 2. Thanks for being with me, and as always, be kind. Bye.